Developing news off the top tonight. Two people in court today charged with abuse after the death of a 2-year-old boy. And then this moment caught on camera as a man approaches one of those suspects. Watch.
Jerome. Better pray you don't get out, David.
He said, "Better pray you don't get out, David." Now, that other man arrested after authorities led him from court right there, the man he approached is David Hayden. He and Rena Santiago are charged with abuse of a child causing death. A third woman has lesser charges in the case. Now, court documents say Santiago was the mother of 2-year-old Gilbert Grant, who died. And court documents say that she is 9 months pregnant, due to give birth to another child the day after Mother's Day.
NBC 26's Ryan Curry is live at 6 now with more on the court appearance. We're also looking at, in general, what role Child Protective Services plays when they get a report of abuse. It is not known if CPS was ever told of any alleged abuse in this case before the boy's death. We go now to Ryan.
Yeah, good evening, John and Stacy. Court records show that the 2-year-old was abused for months before he died. And a local official not connected to this case says for CPS to start investigating, they first need to get a tip that something is wrong.
Referrals come from pretty much everybody. Some are mandated reporters, others are not.
Mike Raymer runs CPS for Oconto County as the county's Human Services Director. He says each county has to follow a process set by the state.
Counties are charged with prioritizing caregiver risk. So if there's abuse or neglect going on in the home from a caregiver, those are the cases that counties would go out on and try to establish safety.
In 2017, the state of Wisconsin reported more than 5,000 children were victims of some sort of abuse. This year, the most recent known case reported was the 2-year-old death in Two Rivers. According to the court records, Rena Santiago, Bianca Bush, and David Hayden had allegedly abused the victim multiple times for 8 months with a belt, shoe, and open hand. Santiago and Hayden's charges include physical abuse of a child causing death, and both Bush's charges include physical abuse of a child. Court paperwork said police identified the victims as having multiple bruises throughout his body, and the victim's mother would not take him to his regular scheduled doctor's appointments so people would not see the wounds. Raymer says doctors are required by law to report any type of abuse if they see it.
The decision is made whether or not to investigate the allegations, and also a timeline is set if a situation is to be investigated.
Now, Raymer mentions the best way to help an abused child is for people to report signs as soon as possible to authorities. Now, all 3 that were charged today will have their next court date next Monday. Ryan Curry, NBC 26.